here in this beautiful city of Nasik. And yesterday when I landed at the airport, the first thing I did was to seek the blessings of Lord Sai Ram. And today morning I went to Trimbakeshwar and took the blessings of Lord Vishnu, Mahesh and Brahma. So at the outset, let me tell you that your city is really blessed with protection of so many superpowers where super speakers don't have any relevance. And then you have a very dynamic police commissioner, Mr. Vishwas. I mean, his background and history that little bit I know, is a very highly professional police officer, and you are blessed to have him, and the way you repose Vishwas in all the superpowers protecting the whole world, he is one of them, so you can definitely put all your Vishwas into him. And I've been attending so many seminars related to smart cities, and there have been very eminent speakers and a lot of things have been said and a lot of English has been spoken, but Vishwas today, the way he defined these 5 words, I think that is the very essence of the smart cities, and the people from BW should take a note of it to see that these 5 words as described by him are highlighted in your subsequent magazines that you take out. And I have also been always saying this whenever I have spoken that, you see, it's always the responsive and the responsible citizens who would be playing a major role in making the cities smart. We can place a lot of reliance on technology, on various new gadgets which are coming, but it's always the man behind the machine that matters the most. You know, I've had the privilege of literally and practically having worked in all states of the country, being from the Central Reserve Police Force. The only occasion I got to serve the Mumbai Police or come into the aid of Mumbai Police was way back in 1992 when we had the serial blasts in Bombay. But let me tell you, having worked throughout the country, I can assure you that, no doubt, the bureaucracy of Maharashtra and the police of Maharashtra are one of the finest in the country. And that's why, the least reliance is placed on us and we have to look for excuses to come to Maharashtra. And this was one of the excuses. And the kind of reception I got from Leena ji yesterday and the way she went out of the way to help me, to go around today morning, and then from the DM of Ahmednagar also speaks volumes of such a cooperative, people-friendly bureaucracy that you have in Maharashtra. So I'll just tell you, how it's the man behind the machine which plays more important role. These gadgets, these machines are all force multipliers. We have been placing a lot of reliance on our K9, the dog squads that we have in the Central Police as well as in the State Police. And in Central Police today, while we are combating insurgency in Northeast and we are fighting the militancy in J&K, or we fought the terrorism in Punjab, we have played a lot of reliance on our dog squads and they have done a wonderful job and they continue to do so. But I'll tell you an example. One day we lost one of our weapons and we got the information that the weapon has passed on to a particular site and when it would go into the hand of the Ulfa, the network which Ulfa had without any wireless communication or without any gadgets was just amazing. Nobody would know how the intelligence, the information passed, and it was very difficult to track them, but somehow we managed to reach the person who was having the weapon in his possession. And the dog took us there, and the dog was continuously encircling around that area. It was the dog handler who had to play the role and find out what was the dog trying to tell him. And that is where the dog handler failed miserably. The dog was absolutely right. But what the dog was trying to say, the dog couldn't speak and the handler couldn't understand. It was subsequently, after several days, the weapon went away. But subsequently, when we managed to catch hold of that person, he said that I was sitting right 10 meters away from you, and my heart was beating that I would be caught, I would be apprehended. Your dog was continuously moving around me, but your dog handler could not find out as to why he was behaving that way. So these command centers, these CCTV cameras, this network of biometrics, this collection of data, with this new technology is going to be a very, very easy thing. But the question is, when we compile this data and we have too much of information with us, it is the correct analysis, it is the collation of this, the sifting of this information and its timely dissemination to the right people on the ground that will play a more important role. So as the Commissioner of Police said, that it is, one has to be tech savvy. Now I have an iPhone in my hand, but I don't even know 10% of its functioning. What's the use? The same thing is happening with technology today. Bombay Police has done a wonderful job after the 92 incident, and there were certain limitations, and when I went on a visit to the Coast Guard headquarters and I saw what a wonderful job they have done and the kind of surveillance they have increased, definitely the reliance on the manpower would be reduced. The technology will help us, but then its maintenance, the assessment of the information that we derive from it, the various signals that this technology would be giving to us, the data that would be popping up, how we decipher them and how we understand them will need a very, very high intellectual level. So along with this gadgetry, along with this technology, we have to increase the intellectual level of the people behind these machines. Where the people from the industry, the people from the police, and most importantly, the people from the general society will have to play a very, very vital role, because unless the citizens are responsive, unless the citizens feel their responsibility, no amount of efforts of the police or the bureaucracy or the armed forces will help, because we have limited eyes, we have limited reach, but every individual around him has a 360-degree vision, and anything going wrong, anything being found suspicious should be reported in time. For example, when we were working in Kashmir, a particular behavior, a particular telltale signs would tell us that today something is going to happen here. Sudden increase in the movement of people, sudden reduction in the presence of people, closing of the shutters of the shops or the houses was an indication that, look friend, be prepared, something is in the offing. So it is the people on the ground who can reach out to the security forces and tell them. You find a suspicious car standing, you find that some scooter is standing, you find that some person is repeatedly moving, you find that there is concentration of people in your area for no rhyme or reason. These are all telltales and signs for which you should be sensitive. Having gone around Nasik for a day and having met one of my very old friends, Mr. Santosh, who is sitting here, and he is one of the pioneers in manufacturing the handheld metal detectors and the door frame metal detectors of the best quality, because I have personally used his products. I mean, it's a pride to be in the city of Nasik today, and yesterday I was interacting with him as to what has been the fallout of this economy on Nasik, and I was really, really happy to hear that wherever else I go, people say there is a fall of business to this, but he said there's hardly a change of 10 to 15%, which is a matter of pride. And today when I went around, I saw the real brand names in Nasik, and it was a pleasure to see that our country is doing so well and we are progressing by leaps and bounds. And the amount of sanitation that I saw in Nasik today morning, that there were hardly any garbage on the roads of Nasik, of course, speaks volumes about the municipal commissioner and the other officers. That shows that Nasik is really, in a big way, moving to become the smart city of this country. It is one of the most upcoming and progressive industrial city of the country. And with the blessings of all the lords around you and with such fine people that I came across today, I am sure that we will have very good deliberations. Business world has really brought us on this platform, and I've been watching. The best part is that even if it is held in Nasik, I could see Mr. Shafaqat Ali coming from J&K. I've seen a gentleman coming from Dehradun. So, you know, this interaction with business world is bringing between the pioneers of smart cities is again a big multiplier, because we learn from each other's experiences, and it will go a long way to make this smart cities, the dream of our Prime Minister, a very big success stories in days to come. My very good wishes to the officials of Nasik, to all the participants and the organizers. Thank you. Jai Maharashtra, Jai Bharat. Dhanyavad.